Namaste everyone, I hope you're doing well wherever you're in this world. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, how you can train to be a good hiker even if you're living in a small cubicles like I'm living at the moment. For that purpose, the best way, because the mountain you see is very different. It gives you an uneven surface, different kind of slopes, different kind of angles your joint are exposed to. You know, our joints normally work in three planes, in transverse plane, sagittal plane and frontal plane. It will test all the three planes very well in the mountains. If you add Himalaya, so the altitude is high, air is thinner, then it becomes even more challenging in different way. But in this video, I'm going to more talk about how you can train your joints, how you can expose your joints to those kind of challenges in which you can challenge your joints in all three planes possible, like you do in the mountains, but living in the cubicle. So the best way would be to invest in a slant board. I'll show you what it looks like, but slant board is a very good investment for that purpose. It will expose your ankle to different positioning like eversion, inversion, plantarflexion, dorsiflexion. And when foot goes in different positions, then it exposes the knees to adapt in those positions of the ankle, because your foot is placed on the ground at first, and accordingly all of the joints adapt. So it gives a sort of very, very nice challenge to all the lower limb joints, particularly ankle, your knees and hips, and of course the pelvis. So in this video I'm going to explain, it's a follow along video, I'm going to explain step by step how you can train yourself on a slant board to be a good hiker one day. So this is what a slant board looks like. It's very sturdy, but it got an angle, so it exposes your joints to various kind of angles and uneven surfaces, like a tiny mountain at your home. Now let us do some anatomical deep dive into the various foot position we're going to use with the slant board. If you take the toes up, it's a dorsiflexion. If you point the toes down, it's a plantarflexion. Similarly, if you invert the foot, which means you put the weight on the lateral side of the foot, inversion. Medial side of the foot, eversion. You can see these are the positions we're going to use later in the slant board. Okay, so let's start a follow along on the slant board. Can you see my toes are up? So this is dorsiflexion. This is very good when you walk uphill. So I'm going to do 10 repetitions. You can do according to your comfort level and then gradually build it on. So I'm trying to touch the heel of other foot down on the floor. Once finished on the left leg, I put the right foot on the slant board and do it this side as well. So again 10 repetition. I just did some gardening in the morning and I just came back. So my feet are quite warmed up. So now I will do plantarflexion. Can you see toes are pointing downward, heels are up. So this is very good for downhill. So if you have knee pain during downhill or ankle pain, this is the moment you should master. 10 repetition, change the leg, 10 repetition on the other leg. Yeah, just do both sides. At equal ease you should be able to do it. You may find it difficult initially, you may not touch the ground, just come close to the ground and gradually build it on. Now this position, can you see the weight is on the medial side of the foot? So this is eversion, E. So I'm doing on the left leg 10 times and then change on the right leg 10 times. Weight is on the medial side of the foot. So some people have ankle tear when they fall this side. So once you strengthen this exercise, you will never have a tear. Your tendon will be quite strong and resilient to absorb any trauma or shock. All right, now we'll do this position. Where is the weight? On the lateral side of the foot. So this become inversion, IN. So again 10. As I said, you may find some particular angle or movement difficult, so you can gradually build it on, don't force yourself. If you have any injury, then please contact a specialist before you try this. But normally for a healthy individual, these are very safe exercises. Again 10 on both legs, and very good for a mountaineer or a hiker